In a small, quiet village nestled among towering mountains lived a young woman named Alina. She wasn't rich, and her life was simple, but her heart was full of kindness. She was the type of person who would give her last piece of bread to someone hungrier than herself, always ready to lend a hand without asking for anything in return. One freezing winter night, as Alina was walking home from the market, the biting wind whipping around her, she saw a figure collapsed by the roadside. It was a man, weak and shivering violently from the cold. His clothes were tattered, and it was obvious he hadn't had a proper meal in days. Most people might have hurried past, afraid or indifferent, but not Alina. Without a second thought, she unwrapped the warm shawl from her own shoulders and gently draped it over the stranger. She helped him to his feet and guided him back to her small, humble home. There, she shared her meager dinner with him and let him warm himself by the crackling fire. It wasn't much, but it was everything she had to give. The next morning, when Alina awoke, the man was gone. All that remained was a small piece of wood, beautifully carved into the shape of a dove, left by the hearth. Etched into it were the words, "Kindness never dies. It finds its way back." Alina held the dove close, a small reminder of the connection she'd made. Years went by, and life wasn't always easy for Alina. Her beloved parents passed away. A harsh drought caused her crops to fail, and she was forced to leave her village behind. She moved to the bustling city, hoping to find work and start anew. She found a job as a maid for a wealthy family, working long, hard hours just to make ends meet. Through all her struggles, though, she never let bitterness creep into her heart. She held on to her gentle spirit and that little wooden dove. Then, one stormy evening, as rain lashed down and thunder rumbled overhead, Alina was crossing a busy street after a long day of work. Suddenly, a car screeched, its tires losing grip on the slick road, and it came hurling straight toward her. Time seemed to slow down. She froze, her mind blank with terror. But just as the car was about to hit, a strong arm wrapped around her, yanking her back onto the pavement with incredible force. Shaken and breathless, Alina looked up at her rescuer. Her eyes widened in disbelief. It was him, the man from that cold winter night so many years ago. He was no longer frail and dressed in rags. He was well dressed, confident and successful, but his eyes held the very same warmth and kindness she remembered. He smiled gently and said, "You once saved my life when I had nothing. Today, life gave me a chance to return that gift." Tears streamed down Alina's face as she clutched the wooden dove she still kept in her pocket. In that moment, she understood. The kindness she had given so freely all those years ago had journeyed through time and found its way back to her, right when she needed it most. This story reminds us that kindness is never wasted. It's a boomerang. The good you put out into the world creates ripples you may never see, but it will always find its way back to you. The universe has a beautiful way of keeping score. Give love, be kind, and you will receive it back, often in the most unexpected and wonderful ways. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that we hope will brighten your day. See you next time.